Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do what I did. Don't be a procrastinator. I said when I drove these posts in the ground, I told myself, I said, we're gonna go buy a T-post puller so that I'm not gonna have to struggle in August to pull up all these T-posts. Well, guess what? Yeah, I didn't buy the puller. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Sorry, it's been a little while since we've done a video. I've been a little bit under the weather. I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold and cough, but doing better this morning. Today is the day to put the summer garden to bed. We still have a few things in here we're going to keep going. We still got our late planting of green beans, our late planting of squash, and our peas on the other end of the garden there. But everything in the middle, all the tomatoes, peppers, and the first crop of peas, all coming down today. Today's goal is to get all the tomato cages up, get all the Florida weave around the other tomato rows up, and get the stakes up. Would like to get it weed eated if possible. Would like to get it bush hogged down if possible, and at some point give it a good tilling. But today we're starting early. It's about 5 minutes after 6. I've been out here since about 5:30, feeding the animals in the dark and trying to get out here as early as possible. It's going to be really hot today. I know y'all don't care, but it's going to be around 100 degrees today, I think, close to a real temperature, not even the heat index. So the first step in doing this is picking anything that is left or remaining in the garden, picking it out. And that's kind of what I've done this morning, and it's kind of disappointing. Usually at the end of the season, we'll get at least a 5-gallon bucket full of green tomatoes. Now, what we do before I mow everything down, I try to pick all the green tomatoes, and we'll either make green tomato pickles, or this year we're going to try to make green tomato salsa. But as you can see, we really did not. That is all the green tomatoes, all the jalapeno peppers, all the lunchbox peppers, and a few rock tomatoes. And I don't know if you can see in there, there's stink bugs all in there. The bugs are all in the garden. This is all that we were able to save. Plants are pretty much, most of the tomato plants are pretty much dead. So kind of disappointing. Not going to be a whole lot of harvest. Not going to be a big harvest at the end of the year. But I suppose that's a good thing. We've gotten a lot of tomatoes out of the garden this year. So I'm going to stop talking because it's fixing to get hot. And I'm going to put this thing on time lapse. And I'm going to get these cages down. Stay tuned. I struggled for the last 30 minutes pulling these cages down. And then when I come up here to turn the time lapse off, I realized I never started the time lapse. So I missed the footage of taking the cages down. I'm hoping that was the hardest part. Next, we just need to cut the twine from around the plants and around the stakes, and the stakes up. All right. Well, it's only been a few seconds for you, but it's been about an hour for us. So we got all the cages up. We got all the Florida weave string out, and cut that up. Got that thrown in the burn pile. Got all the T-posts up. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do what I did. Don't be a procrastinator. I said when I drove these posts in the ground, I told myself, I said, we're gonna go buy a T-post puller so that I'm not gonna have to struggle in August to pull up all these T-posts. Well, guess what? Yeah, I didn't buy the puller. It's early, nothing's open right now, and I really wanted to get this done, so I just bit the bullet and did it the old-fashioned, well, I don't even say old-fashioned way, the hard way, but pull them up by hand. But we got them all up, got everything. Now we're just going to clear everything out of the way, having to get old Green, our Yanmar tractor out, and bush hog all of this stuff down, and get it ready to be tilled under. But right now, we're going to take a break. It's just a little after 7 and I'm already, the shirt's already wet. So take a few minutes break. For you, it'll just be a second. We'll be right back. Get the tractor Well, all right. That was the easiest part of cleanup. Got everything mowed down pretty well. Probably will try to mow it one more time before I try to till it. Maybe not. I don't know. It's pretty low. We'll see. We may try a row with the tiller and see how it does. If it's too much for it, we'll come back and cut down lower. But all in all, I'm glad to see all the grass gone. This is it's kind of hard to explain because it's kind of bittersweet, I guess you could say, because you know, a lot of work goes into planting it, setting it up, keeping it, harvesting it, and it does feel a little bad when you see that bush hog running over that tomato that you've worked so hard to grow, or the pepper plant. It's also nice because this is a nice, fairly clean slate that we can build off of.
Plan for next year.
Right. Now, last year we planted a fall garden here. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I think if I do plant a fall garden, I'm going to plant it down into the area that I cleared out earlier. If you haven't seen I think it was the last video where we cleared out some extra land down behind the goats. I may put the fall garden there. It's going to be much smaller. I made it much too big last year. So the next step after we get this tilled, we're going to lime it, and we're going to work that in really good. When we get all that done, probably here the next month, the chickens will be moving in here.
Their winter.
This will be their winter home. They'll be here for the winter. We still have our green beans right here that are about to start bearing. They're blooming. We got our second planting of squash that's doing good. It's blooming. There's bees all in here. The problem is with growing squash this time of year is the squash bugs and the stink bugs. They're terrible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to, we already see where they've kind of done some damage there, but we're gonna have to get on top of that with something to get those off there. And then back there in the back, you can see it now. We have our peas that are popping up. It's been really dry here. We have gotten I don't even know if we've gotten an inch in the last month. We've had some areas around us that have gotten good rains, but
we've had a few drops.
Somehow we have just escaped the rain. So it's been very, very dry.
But we have been watering.
We have been watering, but you know, it's hard to stay on top of that with temperatures the way they have been being. But anyway, garden is on its way to being. It's been a few days since I shot the last part of this video. We're still working on getting the garden put to bed. A couple of things that we need to do still to go. We've already got it bush hogged. So the next step is I'm going to get my compost that I've been cooking all summer long, and I'm going to spread it out as best I can. Probably going to be in piles here in the garden. So we're going to get that loaded up in the wagon and get that put on here. And I also have a couple of bags of lime I'm going to spread. I'm not going to bore you with spreading the lime because it's just spreading lime, but we're going to get the lime spread. Monarch butterfly just flew in front of me. We're going to get the lime spread, and then I'm going to pick up with you guys. We'll be down there and scooping up the compost, getting that ready to go. This is Thelma and Louise right here. They are two California tans that have figured out how to get out of the fence. I don't know, I think their wing tips have grown back. So I just ran Thelma. So I just saw Thelma. I was going in
So I was going in our little hay shelter over here to get 2 bags of lime out. And I just happened to notice Thelma sitting over there in the very corner of the hay shelter here, the hay covering, and which is empty right now. And she was sitting there. So she had made her a little nest there in the corner, and she was sitting there, and she didn't move. And I went in and I knew exactly what it was. She's broody, and I just want you to see at the clutch of eggs that she's got in here. Right over here in this corner. Let me just peel this back. Look at that clutch of eggs. I don't know what to do with them. I kind of halfway want to leave them. That's at least 15 eggs. I'm probably going to pick them because we don't want to have any chicks. I don't have anywhere for them to go, so I'm probably just going to take these in and test and see how old they are. This is the compost pile, and you can see it's kind of spread out on us, but this is compost that it's been working on pretty much all year. Now we've been adding to this as we clean out the quail, so some of this is not broken down, but we'll see as we dig in there. We'll see that it's pretty well broken down. It's been very dry lately and very hot. We actually got a nice day today. Got a nice breeze. It's not real warm, but we're going to get all this compost, or as much of this compost as possible, into the wagon, and we're going to put it in loads over in the garden. But so how we start this every year, we start this usually in the fall. I will rake out with a box blade. I will rake out the bedding that's in the goat barn, rake it out over here, and then to that we'll add all of our quail waste, our quail droppings. We'll add to here, and so it'll just keep growing and growing and growing. Also, whenever I butcher quail or butcher chickens, the entrails and all that will go in here. Birds that we lose, something happens to, we lost a lot of quail due to heat, all goes into the compost pile. So we'll see as we dig through this. There may be some, we'll see how well it worked. We'll see. It's been very dry, so I'm not real sure, but we'll see as we start to dig into this. But I can tell you right now, there's no smell right here. But let's get digging in. It's kind of dry on top because it's been a very dry summer. So it's been a very dry last couple months. But just dig into it and see what we got. It looks like everything is broken up. Smells like dirt. This is some of the bedding. Still got the old hay that's from last year, so just break it down pretty well. So in case you're curious of what happens, you know, I told you we put carcasses and things in here. This is pretty much all that's left from one of our roosters, and it's pretty brittle. So compost works wonders. Right, this is wagon number 5 or 6. I've lost count. Ready to go. This compost, some of it is broken down, some of it is not, because you know we've been adding to this all throughout the year. But by the time the garden's ready to go in the spring, this will all be broken down. I can't stress the importance of having a compost pile on your homestead. It's like having a bank. It's like a bank for fertilizer and organic material. You make your weekly deposits and tend to it, take care of it, stir it around, leave it alone, and it gains interest. It turns into fertilizer. And we did not have to pay a dime for this. This is all free fertilizer. If I have to guess, I'm going to say probably about 500-600 pounds, maybe not quite that much, I'm not sure, of free organic fertilizer. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, wait a minute, you can't put meat and things, you can't put carcasses into compost piles. Well, I kind of beg to differ with you. we've been doing it this way, and it works absolutely fine, as long as you have enough nitrogen to break everything down, and you have a good nitrogen carbon balance. And if you got animals, you've got a great source of nitrogen with their waste. So we had no problems putting animal carcasses, meat, bones. We'll put it all in there, and it'll all eventually break down, except for the feathers. Feathers, I see a lot of feathers in here. Feathers have not really broken down yet. We're gonna put this last wagon full of compost in the garden, and here just shortly, in a few days, maybe a week or two, we'll be moving the chickens in there, and they're going to be scratching through all this, getting all the good bugs and things out of there. So they'll do the work of spreading it. Matter of fact, it's already started. Let me show you what Thelma and Louise are doing. They're already scratching through these piles, finding goodies. Well, so this is pretty much the final step of putting it to bed. We've got the compost in there, and we're gonna depend on the chickens to get that all spread out and worked into the soil. I'm excited already to know, because I know this is going to produce a lot of good food for next year. Now, if you're wondering what we're going to do about our fall garden, we are planning on having a small fall garden this year, not near as big as what we did last year. We're going to put the fall garden down here behind the. We're going to put the fall garden down here to my left behind the goat pasture, and we're going to let our big garden stay fallow through this fall and turn the chickens in on it and just let them have a ball. So guys, I hope this has helped you and inspires you to get out there and plant something in your yard to get a little less dependent on the grocery store. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.